Good morning, students. So next lesson is zones of the world. So our Earth surface is divided into different zones based on climate and temperature. So you know that in Hyderabad also, Hyderabad area divided into two zones. One is cantonment zone and cantonment areas and civilian areas. So here, where the more military people are living, so given to the areas given to military people, that is called cantonment area. So like that, where the civilian are living, those are called civilian areas. So Hyderabad divided into two, cantonment area and civilian areas, like that. Our world also divided into different place based on hot conditions and cold conditions. So that is called climate or weather. Climate or weather. We are having little bit confusion between weather and climate. So climate means conditions of state of atmosphere, atmospheric conditions of elements like sunshine, temperature, pressure, winds, humidity in a particular time. That is called weather. In a particular place also. Example, now Hyderabad weather is very cool in this time. We don't know what will happen in the evening. So weather means in a particular time, in a particular area, the atmospheric conditions is called a weather. But climate is different. Climate is the average weather conditions, like temperature, rainfall, and cloudiness or sunshine and winds in a large area over a period of time. Large area and more time. If you consider the atmospheric conditions like temperature, rainfall, cloudiness, winds, hot or cold. Okay, so in a large area and over a period of time, large period. So that is called a climate. We cannot say, example, Hyderabad climate is cool. Not only today, tomorrow and other days also. When you compare with other places in the Telangana area. So Hyderabad climate is cool. Why? Because Hyderabad is located 1200 meters above the sea level. Okay, that's why Hyderabad climate is very cool when you compare with other places of Telangana state. Okay, so like that, climate is different and weather is different. So climate calculate for over a period, they consider 30 years conditions to tell the climate of the particular place. Okay, so importance of climate. So climate affects the plants and animals in a particular place. Okay, like that, different places are having different climate. So in different places, different plants are growing. The lifestyle of the human beings also different. Okay, the characteristics of the animals, different animals grow in a different climate. Clear? So people also grow different plants in different climatic conditions. How they affect climates on the lives of the people. Example, temperature and rainfall. Okay, if more rainfall is there, more water facilities are there, then we will grow more plants, more crops, and we will get more income. Okay, if the temperature is suitable for agriculture, we grow different plants. Okay, in some particular places, particular trees only grow, particular plants only grow based on temperature. Example, in Kashmir, we grow apple trees, but those apple trees never grow in another places because of hot conditions. Okay, so like that, plants, animals, humans are affected by the temperature. Clear? Next, factors affecting the climate. So why climate is different in different places? Why it is different from one place to another? That is important. So some factors influence the climate. What are those? Distance from the equator. So already you know latitudes. You draw the latitudes on the globe. What is the central line? Equator. Okay, horizontal line which is drawn on the globe is called a equator, the central line between North Pole and South Pole. So if the places far from or near to the equator, the temperatures are different. We will discuss later. Next, height above the sea level. So Hyderabad, already said, Hyderabad is lies above the sea level, 1200 meters above the sea level. Next, distance from the sea. So either the place is located near the coastal area or far away from the coastal area. What is the meaning of coastal area? The land beside the oceans are called a coastal area. Next, direction of the winds. Winds blow from oceans to inlands. The direction of the winds also affect the climate of a particular place. So these four affect the climate. So first one, distance from the equator. Distance from the equator. Already you know that equator drawn on the middle of the earth. So see here. So the central line is called equator. Okay, so if any zone, any place, okay, so place here in the equator, so those receives more heat. Why? The sun rays fall straightly in the equator, straight in the equator. So that's why these places get more hot. Okay, the places far away from the equator, from here to if you move towards the polar zones like North Pole or South Pole, what happens? The temperature reduces. Example, Canada. Canada is far away from the equator. So it is having cool conditions. Okay, Jaira, so near equator, the place receives more hot. Next, Equatorial region, the places which are lays between the equatorial region. So having more hot conditions, the place which are located between Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle and Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle. So those are having a moderate climate. So like that, based on equator, the places which are near to the equator having different climate, the places which are far away from the equator having different temperature. So that is one factor. So another one is height above the sea level. Height above the sea level. The places which are far away from the sea level are having more hot and cold conditions. And when you compare the height of the sea level, so when elevation is more, the temperature reduces. In hill areas, the temperature is less than plain areas. Okay, so when you compare the places with sea level, the places which are located in the above the sea level are having cool climate. Example, Simla, Ooty, okay, other places. Kodaikanal, Nainital, those are hill areas, those are having high latitude. Those are located in a high place. So that's why the temperature is less than other places. When height rises 1000 meters height, so 6 degrees centigrades reduces. Temperature reduces. Like that, based on the height, the climate will be changed. Okay, next, another point, distance from the sea. So sea means coastal area. Example, European countries, Africa, and peninsular India is having coastal area. So those are beside the ocean. So the places which are located beside side of the oceans are having moderate climate. Are having moderate climate. Why? Because so the climate of these places will affect the sea winds, affected by the sea winds. Okay, so some other places, Nagpur and some other places, even Telangana, these are all are far away from the sea, far away from the sea. That's why in summer they get more hot conditions, in winter they get more cool conditions. But the places which are located side of the oceans are having a moderate temperature. They don't get more or less temperature at any time. The temperature may vary from 20 degrees to 37 degrees between only. Okay, like that, the it place, the distance from the sea will be effect. Next, distance of the direction of the winds. So if the winds blow from the oceans, so to the island, so they bring moisture and clouds towards inland. So because of that, these areas will get the rainfall, more rainfall. Here, next, humidity and rains. So the air contains the moisture present in the air. So that is called humidity. So the places near the sea are more humid. So already I said winds carry the moisture and clouds towards the inlands. So because of that, the places which are located beside the coastal areas having more humidity. Okay, so it is also at the time in the places where humidity is more, those are little bit feel suffocating and sticky conditions. Okay, so like that, these factors affect the climate of different places. Clear? So in each climate region is uh, having different places. So in these regions, different animals, different plants will grow. So these are all are depending on sun shining. Based on sun shining, the temperature of the different places differ. Clear? So these are the delicate interdependence and balance of nature is called the ecological balance. This is called ecological balance. So in the next class we will discuss about the climate zones. Okay, bye children.